Well. What's up, everybody? There I go. It's your boy Doggie Diamonds. Another episode of Doggie Diamonds No Filter. You're on Doggie Diamonds TV. You here tonight. For one thing, I have been on a tear with these interviews almost every night doing new interviews. Last night, when Timbo King was going off, I told y'all tomorrow night, Rah Digga will be here. Now, if you know anything about me, I don't be fronting, I don't be flaking. Anything that I say is going to happen, is going to happen. Okay? I spoke to Rah Digga last week, and she said, yo, I could come on next Thursday. So I didn't want to just get all crazy and excited and tell you, even though I was hyped. But I ain't want to go crazy and excited. I said, okay, I know she's a woman of her word. Let's see what happens. So she hit me like, yo, what we doing? So without further ado, let me bring on the screen. Oh, look who's here tonight. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, Digga, birthday, Rashia.
And where's that verse from?
What's that? Cha cha cha.
Yeah.
Cha cha cha. Flip mode.
That's when y'all had on the
all the Mexican stuff.
shit. Mexican
yeah,
stuff,
and we were really in Mexico running from the bulls in real life.
What the hell? There's no way in hell I would have did that. I wouldn't have ran from no bull. But you running from the bullshit no matter where you go, no matter where you're at.
Right.
So, Rah Digga, how did you get the name Rah Digga?
That was actually a nickname given to me when I was signed to Das Effects.
Whoa,
yeah.
who, what, when, what?
Yeah, I used to be. Oh man, like I got a long, I got a long journey.
Let's go.
Prior to becoming Rah Digga of Flip Mode Squad, so I started out with a partner named Chia. We was twice the flavor, and we became outsiders in Jersey. But prior to meeting, the Jersey crew, we were signed to Das Effects.
Wow.
So, Das Effects being the bum stiggity, my nickname became Rah Diggity. So that was kind of like my unofficial rap name in the beginning, Rah Diggity. But then once I separated from my partner and ultimately left Das Effects, the Iggity went away, and I just shortened it to Digga. Plus, there was a Lord Digga out at the time, rocking with Master Ace. I was like, okay, Digga.
Facts.
I use Digga. Rah Digga.
So you was signed to, was it Solid Scheme or Das Effects?
Well, I was signed to Das Effects, but Solid Scheme was doing production.
Got you.
They were doing a production on our demo.
So how many groups you been in? You just told me about another group I ain't know about.
Well, short story, short version. I was twice the flavor with Chia. We were signed to Das Effects. I ultimately split up with her and became a solo artist, the solo artist you see today. Left Das Effects. I was running around with Lyricist Lounge. I was running around with Outsiders. That was like the Jersey crew at home. And then I met Q-Tip. Signed to Q-Tip. Was Q-Tip's artist for about 2 years. And then from Q-Tip, I became Busta's artist. And that's how I became Flip Mode. Flip Mode was really like the machine. Like, it wasn't intended for me to be in the crew like that. It was more or less, these are the artists that are signed to Busta Rhymes, and I just so happened to be on this label because, in my heart, I was still first lady of the Outsiders.
Wow. So that's deep. So when you were signed to Q-Tip, your name was Rah Digga. Have y'all did any projects? So this is Tribe Days, or this
is Tribe Days. This is 96. I was pregnant when I signed to Tip, and we got a couple of joints, and I wasn't really doing much because I was like pregnant. And then I had the baby, so like a year goes by where my baby is still in her infantile stage. So I wasn't really doing too much, but we do got a joint. I think it's Midnight at Mardi Gras. We do got a couple of bangers that, rang off overseas, but I didn't really do much work with Q-Tip. And now, and I couldn't figure out why, because he was my favorite producer, and Tribe was like my favorite, my favorite rap crew. But for some reason, I guess my rhyming and style and my aggression wasn't really gelling with his jazzy beats.
It's too melodic, you think?
I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, what? But then I learned, years later I learned, you know what? Sometimes what works for other people don't work for you.
Yes.
But at the time, I couldn't figure out why. Wow, my favorite producer, my favorite, my favorite group, why my raps ain't working on his beats. And it wasn't until I eventually started working with Busta, and it was like my aggression was more in sync with his aggression than Q-Tip's laid back vibe.
And that DJ Scratch was definitely, y'all fitted with DJ Scratch.
For sure. And
Yes.
and Knots and
Yes.
just
Yes.
all of the rugged. It was like, nah, you like your rhyme style, like, because I'm really kind of like a soft person, but for some reason when I get in that booth, it's something else, and it just like I needed those producers and that, I needed that energy to make my rap style make sense.
I'm gonna give you
aggressive.
a sleeper one. Your joint on Easy Mo B album. Was it Talking About You or Talking to You? That was my joint. That was my joint.
Yeah,
that beat that's crazy. I love that.
That's
joint.
how Easy Mo B, man.
Oh, that's the big bro. You know what I'm saying?
He did a lot with Flip Mode, and he's very slept on producer too.
It's a party. Like, remains raw. Smokers.
Nah, Easy Mo B, definitely legend out here.
So you seen what's all going on with this Outsiders thing.
The Outsiders.
You remember? Is
my babies? They crazy.
Yeah, they are. Is it? For some reason, I think it's a good thing because the name is resonating with people, and people are doing research on who this group is. Who are the Outsiders? Because different people say it's different members.
Everybody says different names. Okay, well, this is the Outsider, like, core origin, and then as time progressed, others came along. So when I first came to the Outsiders, DU and Pace, they were a group together. Don't remember their group name, but I know they were two of the core members. Young Z was in a group with another two guys called Madman and A-Form. Together, they were called Schizo. But those Madman and Schizo, they didn't really like represent outs like that. The Outsiders more or less was like Z, Pace, DU. When I came into the fold with my partner, we were twice the flavor, but then it became me. So with every crew, with every sanction, there's always like one artist who's a little stronger than the other. Between Pace and DU, Pace was the strongest. Between Z's crew, Z was the strongest. Between myself and my partner, like, I was the more aggressive. So, and then DU was one of the original founders. So that was the initial core. Like, when people heard the name Outsiders, their mind automatically went to Z, Pace, DU, Rah Digga. Now, from there, you had Axe, who came along. Shouts out to Axe, very dope. You had As Is, who came along. He wasn't rhyming in the beginning. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting a critical part of the core. Slang and Loon was also there. Slang, in my opinion, probably was the freshest Outsiders. They were a group. Loon was dope, and I think I heard As Is refer to him as like one of the weakest links. He was the weakest link in the sense of he would run out of rhymes. Like, he would have the freshest rhymes ever, but he only had like 3.5 verses.
3 strong ones.
So when we battling and ciphering, after that third round, count Loon out. He's done. It's all, if we going 8-10 rounds in, it's gonna boil down to Rah Digga, Z, Pace, et cetera, et cetera. So And slang. So that was the Outsiders before I got there. So you got slang, DU, pace, Z. I come along. We are the starting five. Now, As Is comes along, Axe comes along, Nauseous comes along, Yaya, who is Z's brother, eventually starts rhyming. As Is, who wasn't rhyming in the beginning, eventually starts rhyming. Den's one, who was also a core member from the beginning, but he was a baby. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Den time. Shouts out to Dens. Like, he got later on. He got into production. He started out rapping, but he was like, nah, this ain't me. I'm gonna be the producer. Eventually, he became like one of the premier producers. But he was like 14 when I met them. So
Wow.
he like little man's. And those, that was I guess the second tier that came. But eventually we were this big 9-10 man crew of rappers. Z was the first person to get a deal out of everybody. He signed to Perspective Records. Perspective Records back then was Pudgy the Fat Bastard, I think Sporty Thieves. um I don't remember who else was on the label. But Z was like he kind of became the spearhead of the crew because he was the one that got the deal. And then ultimately we got a crew deal, based on the moves that Z was making. So, and we're talking this is 94, 95. So there was a lot going on like in that early to mid 90 phase with the Outsiders.
So, at what point does Eminem come into the fold in Bizarre?
Eminem comes to the fold. I want to say around 96, somewhere between 96 and 97. I know I was pregnant when Eminem first came around. I had my daughter in 96. So, I hear them, give different recounts of Eminem's time there. I got to be honest, I wasn't really all the way in the mix then because for two reasons. For one, I was pregnant and I had the kid. The outhouse was kind of like the trap. Well, not kind of like it was. It was the trap. So I can't be in the trap, pregnant, new baby. So I'm not really there for all of the guy, for all of this bromance stuff. Uh he came I believe he came in the fold initially with Pace. Pace, I know, was doing records with Bizarre out in Detroit. And then when Bizarre came to the bricks, I believe he bought in with him. And it's like, oh, who's this white boy? He fresh
Mhm.
as hell. I bet.
Mhm.
So, and then they would, and the Outsiders had a wave at the time. And Pace was also doing shit with no, he wasn't doing his rock a block thing yet, but there was an Outsider deal going on because that's where the Ouse EP came from. That's where the whole Bricks EP. So crew deal, Z deal. Uh, Now here comes Gang Gang from Detroit. D12 was Dirty Dozen back then. It was like 12 of them, and they were the Dirty Dozen. Then I guess when it became six of them, when they narrowed it down, that's when they became D12. Now you got those guys coming to Detroit, and it's all love. It's like some of us are going to Detroit because I've been out to Detroit a couple times. Uh, they're coming out here, and there are songs being recorded with with Bizarre. They're in the crib. I believe As is producing some of the records, and there's a big question: who did Eminem get his style from? From my observation,
Uh
and
oh.
hey,
Uh
not,
oh. Uh oh.
check it
Let's
out,
go.
check it out. No, check this out though. Not even my observation. I'm gonna tell you what came out of Royce's own mouth on my show, the Godcast, with myself, Jamar, and Godfrey. He said out his own mouth, he and M were influenced by Z and Peace.
Whoa.
He said this. The illest shit ever though. Jamar accidentally deleted the interview. I'm like, you gotta be shit.
Well, hey, I got it now. Hey,
No,
hey.
no, to this day. He like, hey, we'll be here with no. But shouts out to Royce. Like that was, I'm pretty sure, just for him to be confident enough to admit that, like, I don't like that the Outsiders legacy right now was like, oh, these just a bunch of niggas mad that Eminem ain't put them on.
Yeah.
It's like, be clear. The Outsiders didn't need Eminem to put them on. The Outsiders was on already.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like my brothers doing themselves a disservice. Like, yeah, we were popping. Like,
I knew who y'all was, and I was in Brooklyn. I never heard of Eminem.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you just picture like the whole the rap scene in Jersey at that time. Like rap in Jersey at that time period was ringing off. You had Redman doing his thing, you had Artifacts, you had the Fugees over here in South Orange, you had even before Naughty, Chill Rap G, like him, Apache.
Oh no, that's Lakim Shabazz is one of my favorite rappers.
Latifah.
Yeah, the Flavor Unit, the original Flavor Unit.
Like the entire Flavor Unit. You had and I'm going like back in like my 93, 94
Poor Righteous
Jersey bad. Poor Righteous Teachers in Trenton, yes. And then it was even mad local people, Hardware, like Haas and Lil Sav. Like there was a lot going on in Jersey. So the Jersey scene was lit. Even the female, hey, check this out. We know Shantae was from Queens, but she was living in the bricks. So for a long ass time, we was claiming Shantae too.
Yes.
So it was a lot going on in Jersey, and we as the Outsiders, we were literally we were on foot battling everybody. What you rap? Time to cipher. Whoever had the most raps win.
Yeah, Chino XL too. We forgot about
Chino XL. Yeah, man.
And then
shouts out Chino.
And then you had the Outlaws later on. That was really Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
And then like the Outlaws came like later with Tretch, but when we were bubbling, initially it was those early Flavor Unit OGs.
Oh, we forgot somebody. Somebody said but my man Kareem Blizz Johnson said, don't forget Redhead Kingpin. How could we forget Redhead?
Don't forget Redhead. Redhead.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was it was a movement. Side B, like 2 p.m., 2 4 motherfucker. Like I could go on and on about put it like this. Everybody in Jersey rapped. Everybody.
So speaking about Jersey, did you ever feel like it was a time where Jersey wasn't getting in respect because of New York was always treated? Because I ain't gonna front, us from New York, we always kind of treated y'all like a stepchild to a certain extent, and we're the tri-state, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, but only New York really mattered in this landscape. But if it wasn't for Jersey, I want to say this, if it wasn't for Jersey, a lot of the MCing started getting a little played out in New York because a lot of the new artists was coming from Jersey.
Yo, we always felt like that because we felt like we were the underdogs, and New York had the radio stations, video music boxes, and like everything was in New York. So because all of this was taking place in New York, the venom in Jersey artists was like, yo, we gotta smash these New York niggas. We fresher than New York niggas. Like this was and probably still is to this day. Like every Jersey MC attitude, like what? Like we took that punchline metaphor shit very serious because we understood that was the precedence for dope rhyming. We have Juice Crew to thank for that.
Yeah.
But we paid attention, like, oh, that's what fresh is? Okay. So while all the rest of y'all New York cats is swagging and on your Willie Burgers style shit. We coming with dirty Tims, red man tissue in the nose, out barring everything. That's what we did.
I think Redman. I think when I heard Redman on I think it was Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brothers on My Job. I remember
Mm-hmm.
saying, because EPMD is my favorite group of all time. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, who's dude? So then it was like Redman. Then when I saw him, Def Jam used to do their little snippet videos, and he did that. I got it going on. It's a must that I flex. I was like, yo, who dude? They was like, he like Jersey. I'm like, Jersey. But I
Word.
always my top favorite rapper all time from Jersey. People don't agree with me is I say Tretch. You know what I'm saying? I really, really like Tretch Penn because we hear the hip hop parade and all that, but he got, Guard Your Grill and all that. He rapping. And this ain't an itty bitty bang like even the D Nice Time to Flow remix. Tretch got off on that. And I want people to go back and listen to Tretch. Oh, we forgot my sister Nikki D. How can we
Nikki
forget Nikki
D.
D?
I
Oh,
mean,
sorry, Nikki.
I try. I'm trying to remember the
Yeah,
women. I'm
no,
like, you hear me?
Laws of the Underground,
I'm like
Nikki D. Yeah,
Sabi,
yeah.
Heather B,
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
MC Peaches. Like it was,
Yes. MC
sisters.
Peaches was from Jersey. I never knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow, wow.
chicks was busting
Cause
out
she's in the
here.
cause she's in the ladies first video, and a lot of people don't know that that's her. You know what I'm saying? MC Peaches. So
Jersey
so so
representative.
so now here you are. You're in this outsiders group, and y'all got a buzz. Everybody know who Rah Digga is, and I think the next time we saw you was the Fugees video, right? The Fugees song.
Right.
Is that the first time we saw? I think that's the first time we saw you on camera, right or wrong?
Probably. Like I'm sure we did things, in the hood, and I was doing things with my partner. Like we were definitely, touching some stages with DOS effects. But as far as like the world seeing me, if it wasn't like a Young Z video or something, it was definitely like the Fuji. That's when it was like identifiable, like that is Rah Digga was Fuji's video.
How that rap go again? Could you say it to me? How that rap go?
My style is perhaps one of the foulest. I inhale large clouds of smoke through my chalice, bucking at stars and write rhymes for hours. A ghetto missy, drinking whiskey sours. We going back and forth.
Yeah, but what I think the most distinctive thing about you I remember was your hair. Your hair was different in that video, and I was like, "Who is this girl?" I'm
I
like,
rocked the doobie because
"Yeah,
see the thing was I went to high school down in Baltimore and I went to like a all white private school in Baltimore, and on the weekends I was going to DC. Now DC Baltimore was the hair capitals of the world,
facts."
so I was going to school. I was coming back to the bricks with my hair lit. Like I had doobies, I had wraps, I had all type the crimps, the asymmetric. Like my hair game was crazy. Like ahead of whatever
Yeah.
was going on in Jersey because I was down there getting my hair done. So that was the doobie, and you know, Lauren at that time it was considered fly and beautiful to be Nubian and natural. So she had her, she had her Bantu knots because back then you could be a brown skinned girl with natural hair and be considered sexy in mainstream music.
How did y'all get on that Cowboys record?
Uh, I want to Z. That was a Z was on. Like it's funny because a lot of stories you're gonna hear. Well, Z was
The
Z was
spearhead.
like it was a Z studio session where I met Q-Tip.
Mm.
It was a it was Z on the road with the Fugees. He was the opening act for the Fugees tour. So I guess when it came time to do this record, like I'm not sure how it got finagled, but I know the relationship started with Z. And then ultimately, Pace and I ended up in the studio. Now we're in our corners. I'm in the corner with Lauren. Pace is in the corner with Clef. Z's in the corner with Prize. We do this record at the time, you know. We just rappers from around the way. We battling. We, you know, we're the infamous outsiders. Oh, shouts out to Artifacts. I can't leave
Yes.
Artifacts out of
I think you said them. No, you said them.
I did say them.
You definitely said them.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I shouted them out. I had to make
Yeah.
sure I do that. Um, uh, when we do this record, we not thinking like this is about to be
17 million.
17, 20 million. We do the record, we going about our business. Like, we ain't thinking like, okay, we got to make sure our publishing splits is straight. We got to copyright. We got to do this, that, the third. Next thing you know, we get called to do the video. The song is on the radio. We see Killing Me Softly. And it's like, oh shit! Look at and Z is he's in the video.
Yes, he's in
like, you know, he was originally the one that did the one time, two times.
He said that.
Yeah, like that was that was him first before Clef. So that happened, and then they became like the Fugees. It was like, oh shit! I think this was a game changer. And fast forward to me getting my deal with Q-Tip. My situation was a production deal signed to Q-Tip on Elektra. When Q-Tip brings me to Elektra, Sylvia Rome, I had a whole speech memorized, like, this is what I represent, this is what I plan to contribute to the industry. You know, you had to have your whole, you know, your 5 questions mapped out and ready to go. I ain't have to answer none of that shit. She came to the meeting an hour late and was like, that's the girl that was in the Fugees video? Oh, word, I bet. Yeah, I told Tip, yeah, get the paperwork. All right, cool. And left the meeting. I'm like, wait, am I signed? I'm like, did she just say I had a deal? So that was, you know, that was it.
So, but I mean, we didn't know this back in the days. But production deals, you didn't really want a production deal. It really has pros, but then it has its cons, because a lot of times the money go to them, and then they could give you the money if they want to, or they could just say, well, we didn't recoup. Could you tell the audience what a production deal is?
A production deal is basically a famous artist finessing a label to get money for his man, signing his mans in them and giving mans in them
couple of dollars,
whatever you want to give them. But because you're the plug, you better be happy and take them couple of dollars. That's all a production deal was. Now, from the POV of mans in them, you're just happy to get on. You know, you want to be associated with the famous person. So you don't care. It's like, hey, I'm going to take these shillings, or I'm going to continue running around the hood broke for free.
Yes. And what people don't understand, a production deal, the famous artist is the artist. You are the person that creates the talent, but they get all the bread. Pretty much. You're so happy that because you can't say you're on Elektra. You're not on Elektra. Q-Tip is on Elektra with his production deal. You're signed to him, so the budget, everything goes to him, and it has its pros, like you said. Bragging rights.
But I'll say this about Tip. Tip was lacing me. Tip had me, the way my deal was set up with Tip, I was getting a living stipend that had to continue contractually straight from Elektra all the way until my solo album dropped. So I was getting a $2,500 a month living allowance.
You was living good, because back then that was a lot of money. From
the time I signed in '96 all the way to '98 when the Flip Mode album dropped, but that's still not Rah Digga solo album. All the way to Dirty Harriet dropped in April 2000. I was getting $2,500 a month to live for a living allowance the entire time. Buster, like once I signed to Buster in '98, that's when I transitioned from Tip to Bust. Buster still had to honor that living allowance because that was some shit that Tip negotiated directly with Elektra. It was out of his hands at that point.
Brilliant.
So shouts out to Tip because he laced me.
Brilliant. So okay, now you getting this you with Q-Tip, you go to Elektra. At what point did you leave Q-Tip? Was it a point of yo, right, look, this shit ain't working, we ain't making no records with it? How does Bust
Not only were we not making records together, what I know now just from looking at all the docs, Tribe Called Quest was in the process of breaking up. Like they weren't fucking with each other. I didn't know that. I'm just an artist dying to get my album out, blowing Q-Tip up every day, like, yo, what's up with my album? Like he probably just got finished having an argument with Fife.
Yep.
Hold on, this nigga on the other end. Yo, nigga, what's up with my album? Like I'm just every day, what's up with my album? So I think at some point he just, sat down with his mans, Busta Rhymes, and was like, yo, I got this female. She's dope as fuck. She is driving me up a fucking wall. Can you do something with her? And at the time, he was formulating Flip Mode. Rampage was popping with Wild for the Night.
Oh my God.
When Disaster Strikes was in the and they had Flavor in Your Ear remix. So Ramp and Bust together was moving. Lord Have Mercy was bubbling on some underground shit, like on the Lyricist Lounge circuit Tip. Same place I was. And for those of y'all that's not familiar with Lyricist Lounge, that's Shabam Sadiq.
That's the homie.
Pharoah Monch.
Talib Kweli. Common 199.
Common. Yeah, like, it was a lot going. Bahamadia. So, the Lyricist Lounge.
Eminem was there too.
Punchline and Wordsworth.
Biggie was there. It was a lot of people there. Yeah,
there were artists that performed in Lyricist Lounge showcases, and then there were Lyricist Lounge regulars. We were the regulars. Myself, Pharaoh, Black Star, Bahamadia, Lord, Shaban, Pharaoh. But even Foxy was there. This footage of Foxy, like 14 years old, ripping at Lyricist Lounge. So while that's going on with Tribe, eventually, Q-Tip probably just had this heart-to-heart with Buzz. So then I meet Buzz. Funny, I met Buzz at a Young Z session yet again.
Wow. Yo, shout out to Young Z.
Yo, Z was the plug, yo.
Yeah, you are the man.
Z dead ass was the plug. He was the dot connector for, indirectly for like a lot of shit. So that was like my first time meeting Busta, but I ain't get to like kick it with Bust. He did the intro for Z and KRS's record. And now fast forward to my working relationship with Bust. Now Q-Tip has passed the torch. Again, he situated my deal so that it wasn't a situation where I would lose my record deal and have to not have a deal and then have to re-sign. It just went straight. The changing of the guards was nice and seamless. I didn't lose a lick of attention or anything. Now I'm in Busta Rhymes care. Now I'm going to Busta Rhymes session every day. Yo, nigga, what's up, man? What's up, man? I'm blowing him up now, and he's putting together this Flip Mode crew. Spliff was the hype man that was just starting to kind of rhyme. Sham and I were the last two to come. Lord Have Mercy and Rampage were like his marquee artists. And it was another artist who signed there by the name of Sirius Jones. He does this crew record called We Could Take It Outside.
Is it Sirius Jones that we know, the battle rapper?
No.
Oh
It's not.
wow.
It's not that serious, Joe.
Wow. It's
No,
not that serious. It's not that serious. No
no.
pun intended.
I want to say. I want to say their group was named Seriously Fine.
Okay.
I think there might have been a Serious, a Lee, and a Fine. And please forgive me if I'm like making this up, but I feel like it was something like that. They were like an older, like an old school crew. And but one of the members of that crew was named Sirius, and he was down. But he at some point he just like retired.
Mm-hmm.
But he was there initially. But at the time, the focus was Lord Have Mercy. Lord Have Mercy had a record called Paint Your Face that was about to, bubble. Like it was in the cards for Lord Have Mercy to drop before Rah Digga, and for Rampage's second album to drop before Rah Digga. So we do this record, we could take it outside. Rah Digga starts get who's the girl on the record?
Mm-hmm.
Rah Digga starts getting the attention. Then we do this double A-side single with Busta, Ramp, Lord Have Mercy, Everybody on the Line Outside. Cha 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 was supposed to be the B-side, but we ain't want to call it a B-side because we supposed to be on the same playing field. So
let me clarify something for the people. Back in the days when you had vinyl or you had tapes, you had an A side and a B side. The A side was the main record. The B side was the throw-in record. It's still dope, but this is an A side. This is the record that's the single in the video. Then you put something on the B side. A double A side is when both of the records are the single because they're both popping. So that's what it is. Then you had maxi singles. I'm not going to get too.
I forgot you got to really explain this.
Yeah, because we got.
Yeah, no, you're right.
We got new people. So and I want to and with my audience, I like to educate them on the music business prior and where we at today. So they got to know what these things were because we never know, it might come back. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want them to be dumb to it. So that's what it was. So this was a double A side, but continue.
Okay, so this was a double A side. The second half was Rah Digga, Spliff Star, Baby Sham, Cha Cha Cha. Now what happens is Cha 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 takes off. The record was supposed to be everybody thought that Everybody on the Line Outside record was going to be the record because that's the record that Busta is actually rapping on. He's just on the hook for Cha Cha Cha. But Cha 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 ended up being the record taking off. The Digga Digga birth name Russia ended up being like the catchphrase for everything. And
that's what I remember about the whole record. Damn.
And then the demand just got crazy for me from there. And, it was like Busta as a businessman, like, yo, I gotta go where the algorithms take me. Like it's not fair. Like, Lord, you supposed to be next up. Rampage, your second album is due, but the algorithms say Digga Digga birthday right here, gotta go right now. And then all the focus came on me.
So this is Dirty Harriet coming.
This is Dirty Harriet dropping in 2000.
Who the hell is Dirty Harriet? Is it from Dirty Harry?
It's actually not from Dirty Harriet. Dirty Harriet is from Harriet Tubman.
Got you.
Like my whole mantra was, I am this underground female rapper fighting my way, leading rappers, leading underground females like myself to the mainstream. Like that was my whole ideology and the premise for dubbing Harriet Tubman, aka
Harriet
Tubman, aka Dirty Harriet. The dirty just comes from Dirty Jerks.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Harriet Tubman, but I ain't want to Dirty Harriet.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, bad enough. Nikki put Malcolm X is a looking ass nigga, and that almost like ruined her whole life when she did that with Malcolm X. But anyway, yeah, you don't want to be Dirty Harriet Tubman,
right?
But that's genius when I think about it. But you see how via media, via what we doing now you can make everything make sense. But in the moment, it's like, yo, Dirty Harriet.
Yeah, it's like if you're not, if you're just surface thinking, you're automatically gonna equate that to Dirty Harry. If you dig and you get into the context of the things I'm talking about on my album, like even on the majority of my albums, I battle this, I battle that. Like I was always talking female empowerment, and I was basically putting the medicine in the candy. Like in the first song, I was reading something on I want to say Rap Genius, and in my song Harriet Tubman, they think I'm saying finger in the Mac. They think I'm saying finger in the Mac, like I'm talking about busting guns. I said, no, baby. I said, figuring the math. I am figuring the math. I am God body. Like, okay, like, no, you gotta wake up a little earlier
Yes.
to decipher my rhymes. Like, no, I'm not fingering the Mac. I'm the ruggedest bitch that don't even rhyme about gunning. Like, I don't stand for the gunning. I don't like that's not my hardcore is more metaphysical than the
Yeah.
derelict shit you think
That nigga
rappers
shit.
is supposed to be talking about,
That
right?
nigga shit. So
Exactly.
coming out, you're a female, but this is the time where shout out to Millie Jackson. She probably was the founder of, being raunchy and crazy. But this is the time where titties and ass is out.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
lot of artists with titties and ass and out, and they winning. They are getting deals. They getting everything. Was it ever pressure from a record label, from anybody in your ears, like, yo, Digga, come on, man, you gonna have to tone the voice down. We're gonna have to see some of that cake. Did that ever hit you?
I'm gonna say no, only because I was doing it for so long my way that I think it was just understood that this is who I am, and Buster was up for the challenge. Maybe Q-Tip wasn't really up for the challenge, but Buster was up for the challenge. Now, mind you, I came up studying Shantae, Light, Latifah. Like that's my big three as far as like females that I looked up to and who I was trying to embody. So that was like the start of my journey. Now, by the time I landed, the game had changed. Kim was larger than life. She
Yes.
got the squat pussy pose pick out.
One of the
Like,
most famous poets. Even Drake did it.
yeah, it's like
Even Drake did it. But anyway.
I couldn't do nothing with I couldn't like I couldn't, there was nothing that I could do physically that I felt like was gonna fuck with that. So I had to just overemphasize the fact that I write my own rhymes. This is my real hair. Like I was championing the natural shit. The I don't gotta sell sex. I got bars. So that was my thing. And it worked because I kind of was the only one doing it on that level. I'm sorry. On that level, you had Kim. Foxy started like that, but then she kind of like once she started, taking off with Jay, she, changed up her look.
Foxy used to rap and sound like Shaheem.
Word is born.
She
Like
used to sound just like Shaheem.
yeah, she used to like, and she was rolling up in Lyricist Lounge looking
Yeah.
like a little boy.
Yeah, because
But that's what
lyrics was everything. Like
yeah,
you had to prove you could rap, especially in that setting. This ain't no titty rap. This is let me hear them bars.
right.
But go ahead.
So now the prototype for female MCing has changed. So, to a degree, there were subtle changes I made. Like, I think that was like my first photo shoot with the label was like the first time I ever had a weave. I remember the stylist walking up to me with this track of hair with glue on it, and I literally like started crying in this. Put that in my hair, like with this that. And it was little things, but there was never any pressure. There was never any pressure to change my rap style. Like Buster was like, no, do that shit, say that shit, offend whoever the fuck, smack bitch. Well, like he was confident in dealing with whatever repercussions dealt with somebody rapping like me. I think the challenge was though, how do we make the visuals match the voice? Like, how does that work? So I think that could have possibly been a pressure point for him. You know, like, what are we supposed to do with this? Like, we don't know how to,
market and promote it.
Yeah, like we don't know how to make this rapping sound pretty. And that was the dichotomy of it. Like, I'm supposed to be pretty, not the raps.
Yes.
And
because it started getting oversaturated with titties and ass rap, and then here you come rapping and when it's funny, I interviewed Nicki before. If you look on this channel, it's an interview with me and Nicki Minaj, and Foxy's in the footage. Foxy had an issue with Fendi, so she's like, take me out of the footage. So we took her out of the footage, but her name and her not her name, her voice, you can still hear her voice. Now, I grew up with Inga, knew her since she was 8 years old. So I say to Foxy, if you had to give Nicki any advice how to make it in this game, what would you give her? She said to her, you could watch it on this channel. She said, as long as niggas want to fuck you, you gonna have a career forever. And
that's a fact.
Yeah, and the deal, what was crazy about that to me, I was like, damn, but Rah Digga has Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but it also depends on what kind of fame you want, because that may be the case if you want to be if you want to be on top of the mainstream. Like, that's a mainstream success formula. That doesn't necessarily have to be the formula.
Yes.
Because I always feel like at the end of the day, talent trumps all. Like, there's always going to be a market for lyricism. Like, when the wave is gone, when your looks are gone,
they fade.
You gain weight, you ain't with that crew no more. You can't afford the shop where you was shopping back in the 2000s when motherfuckers had $1 million budgets and shit. Like, now you doing, you know what I'm saying? You getting a couple grand from some overseas. But when all that's said and done, as long as you still can rhyme at a high level, if your artistry has improved from the beginning, that's when you'll always have a career.
But how does it feel for you right now, at this stage of the game, 2021? I'm seeing dudes in the chat all over you like, damn, I'll take Rah Digga down. Does that bug you out? Like, I'm not even selling sex, but the men still are attracted to me. Does that trip you out?
You know what's funny? My whole career, I never had dudes like approaching me like, yo, what's up? I want to get with, yo, sis, what's your name? You got it, man. Like, I never got that. My whole career has always been peace, queen, peace, queen,
got you.
Respect, peace, queen. Like, dudes ain't gonna just come out and say, yo, sis, you got a man, let me get your number. They gonna say, yo, I want to, my man make some beats. Can I get your contact to send you some beats?
Yeah, that weak
like,
sap rap.
Yeah. It's like, they had to come a different way. It was never disrespectful or anything. I think it's the energy you give. Plus, I never really gave that energy. Like, I don't walk around like, oh, I fuck you. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That's not the energy.
But how the hell? So, what I'm saying is that how the hell, like, all these years later, they sold the sex. They did all that. You never did it, but then, with all due respect, you might be the sexiest one. Isn't that crazy though? Like, how the world, like, and you never sold it, and everybody's looking at Rah Digga like, damn, she's beautiful, but you never was crowned the beautiful rapper early on because you never sold that. You sold the bars, but now it's like, damn, Rah Digga bad. Do you feel like you was slept on? The looks like, hold on, I was always bad. Do you feel like you was slept on a little bit?
I think I don't know if I thought about it that much because that's not the attention that I wanted. I was happy that I wasn't getting it. Like, I was happy for when Rah Digga's name came up in the conversation to be about lyricism, then niggas want to fuck me. Like I was, that was my goal. So the fact that I wasn't, I may not been a constant name thrown in those conversations, I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Because when it came down to the artistry, the MCs that I was targeting and who I had in my sights also looked at me with that respect. It's like, we gonna get on these records. We gonna be, when it come to these studio sessions, we gonna be niggas up in here trying to tear each other heads off. I don't want to have to be worrying about niggas trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to take me serious when we get in these sessions, because I'm trying to shit on y'all, and you need to know this.
Nah, that's dope. So the album comes out. How many videos you shot off that project? Because you remember back in the days, you used to always get automatically 3 videos.
At 3, that's what I did. I did Tight. Tight was shot by Nzinga Stewart. I did and Diane Martell did Imperial and Break Food.
So right now, looking back on the album, what would you do the album over, or are you happy with everything you did on that project?
On that project, okay, two things happened that I wish I could do over. Slang, rest in peace, was on the original Curtains. He was the one going curtains, but at the time we replaced him with Lord Have Mercy, because Lord Have Mercy had that voice, curtains. But I didn't, I would have never thought in a million years that Slang would pass away. And the fact that he passed away, and that was, an opportunity to have him on my album, and that happened. So that hurt me. And I ain't even gonna hold you. There was a little situation that that I had on IG a couple weeks ago.
Once that finger start going, we in trouble, y'all. I'm gonna be quiet. She like this, yo.
There was a situation a couple weeks ago, little back and forth, little banter I had with As Is, but there was a beat that he made for my song "Fuck Y'all Niggas" that on the album Megahertz. Megahertz is the one that is the producer on my album, but As Is did the original beat for that song. I like As Is beat better. That's the beat that I wanted on my album, but we couldn't get the sample cleared. And back then you had to do shit like 3 months in advance. Like, the track listing comes out that the album is coming out April 4th. That shit had to be turned in January.
Yes.
So, he couldn't replay it with real instruments in time. So we ended up having to use another beat, but I would have much rather used that beat on my album.
Got you. So the album comes out. Did you tour off the album?
Oh, hell yeah. I was the opening act for the Cash Money Rough Rider tour.
What the hell was that like? Like, it must have been like
the documentary that they just did with talking about the tour. I was waiting to see if I was gonna be like in any of the footage. I was the opening act.
They ain't give you no burn?
I ain't seen me in the documentary, man. But I remember everything they was talking about. I'm like, I was there. I remember when Benzino got stabbed. Like, I seen all that.
Wow. So you have the album drop. Is this a promo tour?
This was my promo tour leading up to the release of Dirty Harry. I didn't have Break Fool at the time. Like, my record was Imperial at that time.
So promo tour means you just got per diem.
Yes. Promo tour means everybody on tour got paid except me. And the makeup artist, the hairstylist, 2 security, the hype man, the DJ, everybody got paid but me.
And on the promo tour, this is to go out there to promote your upcoming project.
Yes.
And per diem is a daily allowance, and it might only be like $35, $60. You lucky you get $100.
25 if you in USA, 35 if you overseas.
Yes, and you get this every day, and that's for you to eat. They put you up. You're gonna have a place to stay, but you get $25 to $35 every day to eat. So you're eating fast food. So when you go on a promo tour, artists, that's what a promo tour is. And many artists got jerked because they told them, "Oh, that was a promo tour." But you could have sometimes you could have a platinum record out, and they'd be like, "You're going on a promo tour. You are not getting any money." So what some people do, they say, "Yo, I'm gonna get a bucket of chicken and eat this chicken for 3-4 days, but I'm gonna get my 25 every day. So at the end of the week, I might have $200.
I'm gonna go to the supermarket and get a pack of turkey and cheese and a loaf of bread, and that bitch coming with me or you take the shit from, you put it on your rider. Your rider is the list of shit
that you need
want in your dressing room. So this mayonnaise, this mustard, this loaf of bread, this turkey and cheese right here is all coming back to the room on the tour bus. And it's the shit I'm going to be eating day to day while I'm collecting my per diem."
But Digga, what's the dumbest shit that we always put on the rider? I want liquor. Give me mad bottles and it's like that liquor.
You know what was crazy? The liquor was always for my peoples. I was never a drinker.
You never
I don't drink like that.
Okay.
I was 19 years old the last time I got dead ass drunk. And I remember staring into the toilet bowl saying, "Lord,
God, yeah, it's just over. Yeah.
If you get me, if I can get through this night, I swear I will never get drunk again." 19 years old. Ain't never been drunk since.
Somebody asks us that paying dues or getting jerked. No, that's getting jerked, because you got to remember, in this music industry, anytime something goes out, somebody's getting paid. It just ain't you. So that's getting jerked.
I say it's a little bit of both. You know what I call it? I call it conditioning. It's conditioning. It's conditioning because it's an experience that you have to go through in order to be great. But yeah, we could have got broke off some more. So what we did, I was about to say, so what we did, because we knew we were getting robbed in those areas, we made up for it in other areas. We got our peoples to invoice the label, and like we was taking shit off the top any way we can. If I find a makeup artist, I'm like, "Yo, tell them you charge $1,000 a day to do my face. You get 500, I get 500. Like, that's what artists started. Like, we started waking up. Like, hold up, everybody getting paid except us, and they letting y'all name y'all price. Okay, watch this. Tell them you charge X amount of dollars for this. Tell them you charge, and you submit the invoice. You get the check. We bust it down." That's how we started getting our get back.
So, when does the movie come? The 13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts come.
That shocked the hell out of me. I was like, "What? Rah Digga's in a horror movie? What the hell is going on?"
13 Ghosts comes right after my album drops.
Okay.
I was actually supposed to go on tour with the Roots.
Mm.
I was driving back and I was going back and forth to Philly, practicing with Quest and the band every day.
Wow.
For my Rah Digga music tour that was gonna be played by the Roots band.
Prior to everybody else doing it then.
Wow. We talking 2000. We
Facts.
Like, I was ahead of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I got that call. Well, okay, so before getting the call, I had to audition. So let me tell you the audition story. I'm out in LA, and Bus was telling me, like, because he had already started his acting chops with the higher learning and everything. He used to say shit to me like, I think you would be dope in a movie. Like, your personality, like your whole aura is like, I could see you doing movies. It wasn't really my passion though. I'm just rapidy rap. All I could think about is being on the mic. But I get out to California. I get an opportunity to audition for Baby Boy.
What role you were supposed to play in there? I know you were
Not
supposed to play Taraji role.
not Taraji's
Okay.
role, but I just remember the homegirl was getting hit from the back, the best friend, right? And I wasn't feeling that because I'm like, nah, this ain't. I ain't doing this in music. I ain't doing this in movies. Like, nah.
What was the check like though? Was it a big
I
check?
I don't.
You didn't even care.
I don't know what it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it would have been. I had to secure the role first, but I went out to audition for that. I'm thinking I had the role in the bag. I'm like, okay, instigating the homegirl from the hood. How hard could that be? I auditioned for it. Think I nailed it. I didn't nail it. On the way back home, my last night in LA, I think I might have did drink. I think I might have broke my vow to God on this evening and did get a little saucy. I just remember feeling like, woo. The next day, I just got to get to the plane. I get a call from my agent on the way to the airport. You got time to make one more audition? Playing a babysitter in a scary movie. I'm like, all right. So I go to the audition. They give me the sides to read. When the words are literally moving on the page. I'm like, wait. I'm sitting there looking at the, looking at the casting director, looking at the words like. I just remember balling it up like, yo, this shit is giving me a headache. Can we just improvise? I improvised it. I went. I was and I had to go from LA to a show. I was on the road. Remember sitting in my hotel. I got the call from my agent on a Saturday night, like, yo, I think you about to get this role. He told me the number. I was like, I was frozen, like, oh.
I mean, you paid your money on that. What was you gotta let the audience know what you got for that?
It was 6 figures.
Okay.
It was a high 6.
I'm about to say, because even if it's a low 6 is still 6. That's
no, it was a high 6. It wasn't 1 and 5 digits. It was it was high.
So when you do a movie, do you get residuals?
I wanted $1 million, but it was my first role. I couldn't get the milli. I was trying.
When you do movies, do you get residuals after? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So I got a 13 ghost check right now. You know that motherfucker come on every October Fright Fest. I still get checks. I mean, they not like hundreds of thousands like that, but I get a bunch of them because it's like I get at one point I was getting a bunch of DVD, like the Blockbuster rentals. Now it's the streaming, it's the free TV. Remember, I got the soundtrack title song and at the end of the rolling credits. So that's ASCAP, that's SAG. Like, no, there's checks that come from like a bunch of different places. Like they're all like all of them now are relatively small, but
they combined and make some
cumulatively they add up.
Yeah. So you do the movie. This movie comes out. I remember seeing the movie like, what the fuck? I think you was like one of the first I wouldn't say artists, but you did like a horror. I'm like, she's in a horror movie with the and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what the fuck 13 Ghosts was about. I still don't understand that movie today. I'm like, I liked it. It was certain parts that scared the living shit out of me, but I was like, what is this movie about? What is the difference between a movie set, video set, studio? How many hours do you got to put in on this set?
Well, because of SAG rules, the movie world actually treats you the best. Like the music world, it's no rhyme or reason. Like when I was on my promo tour, they didn't give a shit that I was getting 2 hours of sleep every day for 2 months. It was like, you gotta wake up and do the meet and greet at the label. Then you gotta do the morning show at this station and the morning show at that station. And then the rush out and then the afternoon traffic jam and then another meet and greet and then the in-store at the neighborhood clothes store and then sound check. And then dress rehearsal.
Running you all day.
Yeah. And then you got to do the funk mat. Then you got to do the afternoon, like the enough equivalent at both stations. Then you got to do the funk flex at both stations. And you got to make sure you go to the right station first because you might ruin a relationship.
Yeah, they get pissed off or I didn't get the record first.
Yeah.
Then, let's tell them
I didn't even finish.
No,
Like,
no.
my day ain't
Remember,
even finished.
what's the deepest shit that as an artist doing drops? Oh my, the drop list. A drop list is this, people. Every DJ from around the world wants you to say, "What's up? This is Doggie Diamonds." And when I'm in London, I'm chilling with Tim Westwood. But everybody wants their own drop. So you literally might have to do. You got to book studio time, or back then we had a DAT.
After you do your interview or whatever, they come in with this fucking like pamphlet of every fucking DJ in that building, and everybody wants their own drop, and they don't want their drop to sound like the last one.
Drop.
And they want specialized drops. Some niggas want you to
kick a little bit of your rhyme. You got to kick Dirty Harry.
I'm about to say,
and put their name in it.
Ones, you got to make the jingle for them. Now I got to do a whole ass rendition of Imperial, but instead of saying flip mode, I got to say the DJ name. So yeah,
it was a lot of work back then.
You're doing all of that. Then you got to go do your show, and then you got to go to the after party. And then sometimes you to personally hand your vinyl to the DJ to ensure that you get radio play. You got to have that personal relationship with the club DJs, separate from the radio DJs. So you got to make sure you go to the after party, and then the after party, and then college radio, where you got to go freestyle to death at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And then you got to wake the fuck up at 5 and 6 o'clock to get on a plane and go to the next state and do it all over again every day for months.
College radio, now you got
Don't forget college radio, pirate radio.
You got CMJ, then you got CMJ, you got to do, remember CMJ, you got to do CMJ. Then the college tour, the college tour is something different, you know. So back then to be an artist was a lot of work.
Hold on, I'm sorry. But let me answer your question. That was music life. In comparison to movie life, first of all, when you clock out of a movie set, they don't allow you back on the set for 10 hours because it is mandatory that you get 8 hours sleep, or that they provide you the time to get 8 hours sleep. So if I clock out at 10, they give you 1 hour to get to home, 8 hours to sleep, and 1 hour to come back. You were not allowed back on set 10 hours from the time you clock out. Union rules. I was getting $200 a day in per diem, not separate from the 6 figures. I was getting $200. No, I'm sorry. I'm capping. $150. I was getting $150 a day in per diem for 7 days a week. I was getting $1,050 handed to me every week in cash for my personal living expenses. Living in Canada, where the value of a US dollar was at the time 2-3 times the rate of the US dollar. So or Canadian dollars. So yeah. I was kind of digging movie life a little better than music life for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So you do the movie. I always want to know why we didn't see you in like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 movies.
Well, I did the Carmen, but I'll be honest, I was auditioning for shit and I wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting it, doggy. Like I was trying to, you was trying
to get out. You was trying to find your out.
I was trying to get them shits. Now see, here's the thing. I got lucky being an it rapper chick in 13 Ghosts. But now here I go in California. I'm trying to go against Taraji for Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I'm trying to go against Regina King for Miss Congeniality. Like, I'm trying to go against them bitch. I'm trying to go against Kerry Washington and Jessica Alba for Fantastic Four. They like, okay, rapper chick.
Yeah, calm down. Don't get cute. Yeah, don't get cute.
Yeah, like, we does this. So yeah, I wasn't getting them shits.
But I'm glad that you did that because you would have probably got typecast, you know, and Because
Yo,
one breakthrough role like that, then you're no
they
longer
they I was offered a role in Malibu's Most Wanted. I ain't want it. I was like, and it was another trying to think, there was another role that I was offered. I was like, I was scared of getting typecast. Like I was trying to get them joints, but I was losing them joints. I did the pilot for MC Light and myself. We did the pilot for Boondocks. Me and MC Light was Huey and Dewey. I'm saying Huey and Dewey, you know
Huey
what I
and
mean?
Riley. Huey and
Yeah,
Riley.
I'm saying Huey and Dewey, Huey and Riley, and yeah, and both of the voices end
With
up
the
going to
Regina
Regina.
King.
Yo, Regina King was whooping my ass.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, right.
it was one point where one of them auditions, they told me don't even bother. No thing. I'm calling to confirm the appointment. They're like, oh, we already gave it to Regina, but thank you for your interest. At one point I was like, yo,
She owe you 5 minutes.
when I see this bitch, I'm putting her in the trunk.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Regina King had it covered. She ain't even know it.
So you come
Shout
back
out
to
her.
music. The Flip Mode album is did y'all, how many albums y'all did as Flip Mode?
We did one that was officially released. We
Mhm.
did the follow-up that did not come out.
Okay.
And we just recently recorded another one that's supposed to be on its way. I mean, it's a couple years behind schedule, but we that was supposed to commemorate our 20th anniversary.
And now it's the 21st year. It's going to be like, now commemorate our 25th year.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So you, how many solo albums did you put out?
I put out 2 official and 1 that didn't come out. I got the one Dirty Harriet. Then the follow up to that, Everything Is a Story, didn't come out 2004. That was the album that was supposed to follow Party and Bullshit, which I ended up just selling on my own anyway, or some MySpace shit. And then 2010, I did a whole album with Knots independently called Classic.
Remember that.
I was supposed to do one last year. I had a one hot album every 10-year average going on. I fucked, the pandemic threw me off my 2020 square.
Yeah. So for you as an artist, are you always writing? Or are you like, what's your regimen to stay sharp in the music?
My regimen, I do a lot of I still do a lot of features though. Like there's so many, like right now there's 1,000,001 Rah Digga verses in the like internet stratosphere. And it's like it'll be verses that I did years ago, and they'll just be putting them out like right now. Like right now, I just saw something configure couple of months back. It was a song on Granddaddy IU production album with me, Fame, and Bumpy Knuckles. Before that, it's like it'd be verses that I did however long ago, whenever, but they're always, for some reason, they find a way to just consistently come out on a particular schedule that that always has me on something. But me personally, I won't say I'm always writing, but I am always vibing. I'm definitely always vibing. Something I like to do too, I like to just kind of take songs that's coming out now, and I'll just write a little verse to it. It could be some drill shit, it could be some trap shit. Like, I'm not going to make a trap record or a drill record, but I might pen a verse with that bounce.
Just to
So
see if you could get in that flow.
yeah. So when when the opportunity presents itself, like if one of them was to put me on the spot, if I find myself on Sway and it's Five Fingers of Death and he drop a Pop Smoke beat, oh, I got something for that.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah.
Let me ask you something. Female rapper, what does that term mean to you?
I hate it. I understand the fact that there are sometimes you may or may not have to make that distinction, but I don't believe in male and female because that just puts us in a box. Like, to me, MCing should be categorized as dope and whack, not male and female. Because just because I'm a female, it doesn't necessarily mean I have something in common with like
other females.
It's like I understand when people are like, oh, I want to do this all female show and stuff, and I'm thinking of getting you and Kim and Trina and Eve, and it's like, oh, that is so cute, but I don't think my fans or Trina fans are necessarily, you know what I mean?
It's like, no.
Yeah, it's like, actually, my fans are like Redman fans and the Mobb Deep fans or Most Def fans. It's like, my fans. It's so when you make those type of distinctions, I think it like puts constrictions on an artist that may or may not need to be.
Give me a studio session where it was no artist that you had them crumbling up them papers and starting over.
Shit, man. Like
every last one of them.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, it happened a lot in my career. I know I can remember one. See, I don't want to like name people specifically.
Nah, sometimes we gotta give them that because we gotta let them know that pen was lethal.
But okay, so shouts out the homie Cardinal Official.
Okay.
I remember I did a joint with Cardinal Official, and his mans was in the studio, and I overheard his man saying to him like, "Yo, son, like you gotta stop playing. Like, do you hear what the fuck she in there doing in that booth?" Like, but that I didn't want to single him out because that happened a lot. Like, it happened in a lot of flip mode sessions. It happened, it happens a lot. Like, I know there are some of your favorite MCs out there because, mind you, I've been in this game for 20, 25, damn near almost 30 years. I know everybody, especially anybody that's from our era, the 90s, the 2000s. I've pretty much worked with all of them. Whoever I didn't work with, it was probably on purpose on their part. Because
any elusive features from you though? Anybody that you want to work with that you didn't work with?
Nas my favorite. Like, Nas is just like God MC to me.
All right, so what Nas though? Because I think it's different levels of Nas.
Man, I don't give a fuck. All that Nas shit fresh to me.
No, I'm not saying in style. I'm not saying in skill, but
can't nobody tell me nothing about Nas. Everybody was shitting on the Kanye album. God damn it, I like the Nas Kanye album.
I ain't like that.
See, I'm just saying.
I like Adam and Eve though. I love.
Now, you know what it is? Nas he can't do no wrong to me. Nas can't do no wrong.
You're biased, and I like when people admit they bias.
Yeah. Like that's the definition of being being a fan or a stan. Fuck it, I'm a Nas stan. I'm a Cool G Rap stan. I'm a Juice Crew stan.
Oh well, yeah. That's kind of I was too young, but I came to Cold Chillin' later on. And I was Shantae DJ on tour when I was 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's so I grew up around her. So $1 million question. You now have a podcast, but the first time I really seen you doing a lot of interviews was Vlad.
I ain't do a lot of Vlad. I wasn't a regular on Vlad.
No. But he's going to break your interview up into 74,000 pieces, and it seems like you keep going back.
I was about to say I've done.
Yeah.
I've done one interview in my life with Vlad.
But to the general public, you did 75. Because how he does his rollout. The way the industry views him now, what do you agree with? What do you disagree with?
Okay. let me make a correction. I've done 2 videos with Vlad. The
Okay.
first time I appeared on Vlad, but it wasn't with Vlad, it was with somebody else. It was just Vlad's thing. But
Got
I
you.
wasn't even talking directly to Vlad. That's why I forgot about it. But that particular time was when I had a little something with Tyler the Creator. Like I actually made a diss track towards Tyler the Creator. And they called me up and we talked about it. I never heard from them again until I got into some shit in the media over my comments about Iggy Azalea.
Mm.
So I'm like, I done did mad shit in my career. The only time I'm hearing from dude is some controversial shit.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, that wasn't a topic that I was really trying to like beat a dead horse about. It was like I said what I said. You heard what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't gotta do a press run about it. It is what it is. So I was like, I wasn't rolling. I was not taking the calls. I eventually went up there with Jamar,
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jamar, and we did a segment together. We did a segment together, like, as the guy. It was part of like our Godcast promotion. So I agreed to do this segment together. So while I was there, it was like, yo, could we just knock one out with you by yourself? I'm like, fuck it, I'm here. When I'm saying no, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my only, that was my only other time up there. And then we talked about some 3-year-old tweet that I said had all the barbs mad at me. And I'm like, this is why I don't fuck with this shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it was cool. Like, I stand on whatever I say. So it was whatever. But my only issue, like, really with Vlad, because I don't think Vlad is doing anything specific that no other platform is doing. Like, everybody is exploiting the hip hop culture. Everybody is sensationalizing the drama. Like, this is the new media now. So
except me though, because
except you.
Yeah, because we did a whole interview. We this ain't no drama.
Right.
This is I like to bring information, but I have done it. But again, like I said on Drink Champs, what about the music? Like we gave them your whole music history, which is more important than anything.
That's a fact. No, yeah. I'm loving it. Trust me. Let me tell you, I'm so seasoned with this. At any time I'm not feeling you, I'm gonna check out.
Got you.
So nah, we good. You good.
Yes.
But as
in
far
today's new media, everybody's doing it.
Yes, absolutely. It's more about what this one is wearing, what this one is dating, more so than like the shit that matters. So I don't think to say that that's what Vlad does. Like, it's not exclusive to Vlad. What I don't like about Vlad is the breaking. Not even the breaking up of interviews. I don't like when he takes a controversial point and brings it up to every single guest that comes, because now now you're playing people against each other, and you're ultimately, and you're indirectly and directly creating these situations and creating these beefs where you're not going to be around for the fallout. Like, you're just going to cash in on another headline. But now you got this rapper beefing with this rapper behind what they done said about some shit you brought up. You know
what I hated? I hated when Lord Jamar and Buckshot was going back and forth. I said, yo, go into the lessons. The devil's causing confusion amongst the righteous people. That was simple for me. So when Lord Jamar and he get Lord Jamar go back at Buckshot, I was like, oh, come on, y'all. What y'all doing?
That is the shit that I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with Vlad for that. Now he has good shit on his site. Like, I don't know how many people are like play the stock game. Like, I've been on my stock shit early, my stock portfolio. His Vlad stocks, it's like, for whatever reason, the numbers ain't up on that, but they up on, Dirk and
To
you
sensationalize
know,
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Dirk and Quando beefing with each other. It's like it's just certain things, and I just felt like that's bad. And not that you're the only one that does it, but yes, you are the one that's gonna keep it going with everybody. Even just recently when he had with the whole Nick Cannon controversy, now you got, you know, you have you're asking DL Hughley to, you know, you're putting him in a position to make disparaging remarks about Professor Griff.
Griff.
And it's like,
Yes.
not feeling that.
Yeah.
And, you know, eventually Jamar and Godfrey said, you know, I mean, it took him to misquote Farrakhan to for them to be like, you know what,
He's standing on it too though.
yeah. Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
yo, I'm not even. I don't care what y'all think. You know, it's kind of unfortunate. You know, that was my introduction to Lord Jamar, the talking head, and I was like, I knew he could rap. He's actually, besides Pooba, Grand Pooba, but I loved Lord Jamar verses and all Brand Nubian stuff, even his 5% album. But the talking head guy, I was like, yo, he don't give a fuck. So I like that, right? But then what I started realizing was I was like, yo, hold on, man. What's going on here now? Now he's asking you about stuff, but now you got to deal with all the repercussion of what you're saying. You know, and we have to be mindful of that. And then he didn't respect your relationship enough to say, yo, you know what? For you, I was wrong. I'm not going to push that. I'm going to say, I'm going to apologize. Because my thing is this, right?
But check it, hold up, check it out, doggy. How about it ain't even about your personal relationship? How about as a professional journalist,
Don't give a fuck.
you misquoted a person?
Yes.
If a magazine misquotes somebody or a news article misquotes somebody, in the very next article you apologize and you
Yep.
print a retraction.
Yep.
Like at the bare minimum, fuck your feelings as or your relationships with you know with the guys as a how about just on the merit of being a professional journalist? That's what you're supposed to do. You just being personal in your feelings because you're a Jewish man and you feel a way about this
You ain't.
5%
Yeah.
man that
You're not
you
giving
just
it up to the God.
yeah
Yeah.
you just
But I did a video, right? And this video is very important. What I feel in my heart was he's not going to apologize, and he didn't because he can't. Because if he apologizes to him, he gonna disappoint his folks. So
right.
his folks gonna say, "How dare you? How dare you apologize to that nigga?" And we'd hate him, and you apologizing to him. So I don't think I think he's standing on his ground because he doesn't want to disappoint his folks. It ain't got nothing to do with us. And
I'm
the
sure.
the problem with us is that when we try to all say, yo, we gonna stand on the united front, they dangle something and everybody be like, yo, look,
Right.
man, I need
But
this.
we don't have problems disappointing our folks. But
Facts.
you know, that's us. We got to work on us. We going to get there.
Yeah, no, we gonna get there because again, we're they had like a 400-year head start. You know what I'm saying? And
That's for
put
sure.
us through so much conditions that again, if I give somebody a piece of gum and everybody mouth is parched, hey, I got a piece of gum, your mouth is parched, and that's what it is. We like shiny shit. We like
Right.
trinkets. We like
Right now,
anything.
right now we can't even convince everybody to stop going up there to snitch on themselves. How about that?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So with you, the media role, how do you like it?
I don't. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I don't, cause it's like I gotta talk about things
That
and
you don't give a
research
fuck
things
about,
that
right?
I don't give a fuck
That's me.
about.
Listen, when
I
people be
don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Like, yo, if I'm not dissecting bars, like I don't give a fuck about the YouTube prank guy that went too far. I don't give a fuck about what Biden's doing right now. I'm trying to duck this vaccine and get to the bag.
you,
Period.
you sound just like me because
Like I don't
sometimes
give
because
a
they
fuck.
always asking me what's your take, and I'm like I don't have a fucking take on that. I don't care. Like I don't care about that. And at the end of it all, you're not gonna make me no gossiping ass bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if
I don't want to talk about my
yeah,
music peers. I
yeah.
don't want to shit on anybody's artistry. I just don't, there's just not enough time in a day to research all of this and retain all of this shit that I don't give a fuck about.
So why you still do it?
Why do I still do it?
Yeah.
I do it because while there are things I don't give a fuck about, there are things that I do give a fuck about. And you can't have it both ways.
Yes.
You take the good with the bad. You take you got to take the side effects with the treatment. You know what I mean? It's like,
And you could
you
jump
know,
in when you want, cause it's times
right?
where I've did shows with other co-hosts, and I purposely let them talk about shit, and they say what you think, and I would purposely say I don't give a fuck. Let's move on,
Yeah.
because sometimes the narrative has to go out there. Do you what is it gonna take to get you back in the booth and do your project?
No, I'm dead ass dropping music this year. I said that last year, but I'm for
You want
real
me to?
gonna.
Because we might block me, but this is the type of friend that I am. I'm the friend that's like, where the fuck is the music? Seriously, because I think that you're needed right now. I think that because of so many women got kicked out of the business because they wasn't selling the pussy songs and all that, they can't do that to you, right? They can't do that to you. And I think your voice is needed because I think a lot of artists
Wait, I'm
fake.
sorry. Let me pardon. I don't mean to interrupt your wisdom. I need like a 2 minute bathroom break. I was
Okay,
trying
do what
to
you do.
hold
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yo, I ain't
I'm
gonna lie to
trying to
you.
get home.
Look,
I'm
I ain't gonna
not
lie to
weak.
you. I drank 2 cups of tea. I got to pee too, so I'm gonna
All right, we're gonna take like
entertainment while you pee. No,
we'll
no,
take a
because we live. No, we're live right now. We can't.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I love y'all. I'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
right back.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta
Let,
go.
let me go to commercial real quick. Let me go to
Okay,
commercial. All
bet.
right, all right.
An important message from Youth Fountain Laboratory, makers of Vasoflux and Vasoflux for Men. If you're over the age of 35 and over the years you've eaten pizza, dairy foods, deli meats, or meats with fat, you are likely to have some degree of plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. This increases your risk of suffering a stroke or heart attack exponentially, and no one wants such a catastrophic event to occur. Introducing Blackout. Blackout is made of all natural ingredients proven to help dissolve clots in the blood, remove calcium deposits and plaque from the walls of veins and arteries, improve viscosity of the blood, improve elasticity of the veins and arteries, treat varicose veins, and prevent the reoccurrence of plaque buildup. For more information, visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856. And remember, to help unclog veins and arteries, get the Blackout.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm waiting for her to come back. As soon as she come back, we gonna bring her back on the screen. I thank all of y'all for being in the chat room tonight. I thank everybody for rocking out with me. We've been on a tear. We've been doing a lot. You might be hearing the echo. I hear some bent. I hear something. She's coming back. So yeah, we got Rah Digga in the building.
Okay,
She's back.
I'm back.
That was I think men pee different.
I'm
I think
glad
that
I
yeah,
went to the bathroom. I just
yeah.
realized, I just noticed I had like a big red like lipstick something on my
We
nose.
can't even
Probably.
see that.
Oh,
We can't even see that.
like
If they
I'm like,
zoom
man,
in, and they're very want to be tedious, they'll do that. So
no, this Fenty Red
yeah.
is like serious. That should be all over the place. All right,
So you have music coming
I
or
do. I'm going to.
okay.
I'm
What
gonna do EPs though, probably
yes,
just like.
yes, yeah, yeah, cuz I don't think you should do full length projects. I mean, it's not the climate for that. But if it's dope, we need more than
So
six, 7 songs.
I definitely got more than one idea. I have one idea for an EP, and it's I still got the beats for it and everything. It's been in the makings for a long time. I wanna call it Drugs. Shout out to my man Jay Pilot. He's done like the production for like I say my last two like biggest independent single releases I did, a joint called Angela Davis and another one called Animal. But I had came up with this concept for drugs, and each song is gonna be about a different drug. Like one song's gonna be called dope, one song's gonna be called crack, one song's gonna be called
you're giving that
coke.
away. See, what you just did was you just told now that shit gonna be out next week. See?
Shit.
You just got bit. You just officially, you just got bit.
I know I was supposed to hold that.
Because these niggas is
okay. They could do it because guess what?
It's documented though.
They're not gonna do it like I do it. So go ahead, you could try.
The landscape of music. Again, I never really liked the term female artist because I always thought some females was better than dudes.
Because now they call it femc. Like, what the fuck is a femc?
Making up new shit, right?
That shit sound like an STD or something.
Yeah. Whoa. So, but in this day and time, when the young women have to pick and choose who they want to look up to, how does the 10-year-old girl look up to somebody that's just talking about they wet ass pussy? Don't you feel like, and I don't want to single them out, but this is what mainstream is pushing, right? And because we have Rhapsody, we got Cyrock, we got Star, we have different artists, but
we got Lyric Jones. Shout out Lyric Jones.
Yeah, it don't fit the narrative of what they want to push on the people, right? So what are the young girls supposed to look up to? Because you had Latifah, you had Shantae. What are these young ladies supposed to look up to?
I just think it's important for, like, if you are trying to be you just mean people in general or people looking to be artists?
In general, because hip-hop run everything.
You're right. Everything. The only thing I could say, I mean, and this, I guess, would even be the same with our time, just as a parent, I just think it's important to, you could try to monitor what your kids listen to as best they can. You can't monitor it all, but if you know your kid is getting bombarded with that, you got to give him this, because that's what I did. Like, my daughter grew up, you couldn't tell her Lil Wayne and Chief Keef and all of them wasn't smashing everything coming, but she can also recite Exhibit C.
Dope.
She can also recite, Simon Says. It's like, you just got to give them that. Like, they going to, or they going to get that. You got to make sure you give them this.
Got you. So
that kind of falls on the parent, though. That's how that's how when people say, oh, y'all lying, y'all wasn't influenced by no Latifah and them, you was only 2 years old when they came out. No, but they parents was playing that.
Facts. Yeah. Well, now the parents are listening to wet ass pussy with their kids.
Look, man, all
fucked up.
all I can do is, preach the gospel with my old head ass, and y'all can get these bars when I feel like dropping them.
Let me get you. I like to go into a point where I like to know your perspective, so we know how you feel about Nas, right? And your top 5 rappers of all time would be who?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I got 2 different lists. I cannot combine them, and I can't cite one list without the other list.
I normally don't let people do that, and I have a reason why. Because I know you're talking about eras, right?
No.
Okay, so I'll be quiet. So go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead.
I got an artist list and I got an MC list.
Okay, do that.
So my artist list is Jay, Nas, Pac, hold on. Wait. Jay, Nas, Pac, yeah, who my other 2 on my artist list? It'll come back to me.
Okay, go to the MC.
Cause I be so focused on my MC list, like my artist.
Yeah. So let's do the MC.
Okay, my MC list is Cool G.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Nas again.
Come on, he can't be on 2. You
She is super biased.
I punch somebody. If I see Nas getting jumped, I'm jumping in the fight.
Got you.
Yeah,
All
Nas.
right, so Nas
on the MC list and the artist list.
Got you.
So no, Cool G, Nas, Pharoah Monch.
I'm okay with that.
M.
Who?
And Eminem.
All right, go ahead, continue.
On the MC list. Wait. My other artist is Busta on the artist list. That's number 4. I'm gonna remember my 5th.
Okay.
I definitely got M in my top 5 MC list. Let me see. M, hold on. I'm gonna say M, Pharoah,
Nas again.
Nas,
G-Rap.
You
need one. You need another one.
And KRS.
Okay.
KRS. Grandmaster Caz, honorable mention.
Could we take out Eminem and put Rakim in here? Could we put Rakim in here?
But no, but I have a reason for
justify that, please.
I have a reason why Eminem is in my list.
Okay.
Because what he does with words to me is unmatched. Whether or not the overall content is something that I'm necessarily rocking to is why he's not on my artist list. But I'm not going to deny the fact of the gymnastics that he does with words. And what that does is when people look to him and are inspired by him or influenced by him, if they are making the content that I am relating to, but they're learning how to manipulate words in that style, that MC becomes Kendrick. That MC becomes,
But I've seen. I know what you're saying, but I've seen people do that before him though. Like Pharoah Monch did that.
But Pharoah Monch is in my top 5.
Yeah, Pharoah Monch did that. Chino XL did that. It is a lot of people who did it that didn't get this fanfare. And Eminem could rap, right? My issue with Eminem is what you said, the content. I just don't care about.
I mean, I wouldn't say all of it. I don't think that all of it was crazy. Like there was a lot of it that I couldn't relate to, but I'm not going to act like there wasn't a time when we wasn't bumping some M shit. Like
no, the first 2 albums, I just didn't.
Niggas is lying if they say they wasn't.
Yeah, I just didn't fuck with the monster under my bed and shit like that. I'm like, what is this shit? Like,
I mean, it was some
but
stuff. But
Stan is fire.
There was some stuff that was bugged out that was clearly made for his fan base, but there was also stuff that was made that was like this my shit.
But I think and even in his defense, the nigga had to recoup sometimes, so he made records that he had to make for this is what the label wanted. And I don't think a lot of artists know that side of the business, that you have these records and you turn in these records and then the label say, what's your single? So we need a single, we need this and we need that. And then here you go, you come with this record and they say, yeah, it's that, but that might not be necessarily what you want, but you had to fulfill contractual obligations sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I get it.
Exactly. I mean, there's people that would probably be like, yo, I would have never expected the hardest producer, Just Blaze, and the hardest female rapper, Rah Digga, to team up and make a house record. Like, yeah, it happens that way.
That's that Jersey shit, though. But that's that Jersey shit.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's that Jersey shit. That's that Jersey shit. So I would expect that, believe it or not, because I know hip hop.
But see, Jersey
culture,
shit,
and I know music culture. Yeah.
But there was a lot of people in the rest of the world that were befuddled.
So if you had to make a hit record right now, you need a bona fide hit. What producer you going to?
If I need a hit right now, I'm going to Hit Boy.
Hit Boy. Okay.
Yep. Or Hit Maker.
Hip
hit maker, formerly known as Young Berg.
If you had to make a record with yourself and a singer, living dead, who would that be?
Amy Winehouse.
Wow. That would be
And we was supposed to work before she passed. God bless her soul. We were supposed to work. She had mentioned in an MTV interview that I was her favorite female rapper.
Wow.
And it was like, oh shit, we got a link. And Pace won. Shouts out to Pace. Pace linked me with Amy Winehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to be in like Skype buddies on Skype. My last interaction with Amy was like we was playing Skype tag for a minute. And then the last time I had called and it didn't, she didn't pick up, but my computer was still on open like this. I go to take a shower and shit. I come out the shower. I come out the shower dancing around, butt ass naked. Oh, moonwalking out the shower.
Yeah.
I turn around to the computer. Amy Winehouse right there. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
The fuck? What the fuck is you doing on my screen, girl? That was my last conversation with her before she passed, and we were talking about what trying to vibe what we was gonna do for a joint. Salam Remy was gonna do the beat, and it just never materialized.
Best Wu-Tang member.
Jizza.
Okay.
I'll fight you.
Fuck you want to fuck me?
I'll fight you.
What the hell is going on?
I'll fight anybody over Jizza.
What the fuck is going on? Like,
oh shit! I need to put Jizza. Hold up, I'm wilding. I need to put Jizza on my MC list.
I'm telling you. So who you taking off?
Look at Doggy.
Who you taking off?
Doggy, like, no, get him.
Because you can't take off G-Rap. You cannot take off G-Rap.
No, I mean, I tell you, I will say this though. There are, when it comes like as far as like the artists who touch my soul, like there's dozens ahead of ahead of him in that regard. But like,
you understand the technicality of rap. That's what you're saying.
When you're talking, yeah, like if you like the textbook definition of lyricism, yo, like I'm sorry, man, he one of the best to do it. It is what it. If the guy that's rapping about killing his mama is technically putting that shit together better than the nigga that's keeping it real in the hood, it's like sometimes it's like that. But the hood shit is gonna be the soundtrack to my life. However, the way my scientific puzzle putting pieces together brain work, he got that shit.
I don't want to. Well, I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm pretty sure it'll be like 15 videos made after, but I gotta ask you anyway. Will there be another Outsiders album?
It could be.
Okay.
It could be. It's not. I wouldn't take it off the table. I think a real grown up round table needs to be had. Like, getting everybody on the same page. I think everybody is like just in a different place mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And Black women have to save niggas from themselves. Like,
yeah,
I would have to pull everybody together. Like, okay, listen here. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop doing this. I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna need you to simmer the fuck down. You shut up. You stop talking. You need to talk. Like, it would take me to do that, but it's possible. Like, everybody, as far as like skill level wise, is still there.
Favorite rapper from Jersey?
Favorite rapper from Jersey? Z.
Okay, I'm not mad
Z.
at that. You signed to the Flavor Unit before?
Not directly, not
Okay.
like the way those guys were. I was being managed by the ruler Lord Ramsey at the time, who was, you hear Latifah shout him out. That's the guy that put myself and my partner Kachia together, and that's how we were twice the flavor from Flavor Unit.
Oh,
But
see, shit start making sense
but I
now.
can't, I can't say that I was signed to Latifah's label Flavor Unit because I wasn't.
Got you. What's the biggest mistake you think you made in your career?
Biggest mistake I think I made may have been leaving Elektra, because Elektra Records was a label that was willing to spend money on whatever it was you was trying to do. They let Busta do all his crazy shit. They let Missy do all her crazy shit. They gave me like unlimited resources to do what I need, trying to make this underground female MC Messiah work. And we ended up bouncing on them for J Records, who at the time didn't really have.
Ain't no shit about rap.
Yeah, ain't no shit about rap. Only thing they was dealing with was American Idol, Alicia Keys, anything coming from American Idol was their focus.
Y'all was in trouble.
Yeah, like I should have known. I should have known that was like a shipwreck waiting to happen.
What's the dumbest shit you bought? When when person laugh, they like, damn.
Nah, it wasn't even nothing expensive. It's just funny as fuck. Okay. So when I first got my signing bonus, the first thing I did was went to the Timberland outlet and bought every single pair of color construction Timbs imaginable. As Z was with me. Every color Timbs imaginable. I had like
You went to Redding?
Yep. Redding, Pennsylvania.
All these other people know about Redding.
I had like 17 pair construction Timbs. I had perforated Timbs. I had olive, navy blue, burgundy, leather sweat. Just a whole, like I had my whole like wall in my room, like the Timbs lining the wall.
Do you have any merch or anything that you want people to know about?
I do. I have I got Rah Digga tees, and I got Lyric Matter tees, and I got hoodies. You can get them off of a site called hoodg.com. You can go to my website, rahdiggamusic.com, and my site will navigate you to everything. It'll navigate you to music, iTunes. Like I got music everywhere from Spotify to Bandcamp. Like I don't discriminate. My shit's everywhere.
Why you don't got a lipstick line?
It's a good question. I do got the best lips in hip hop, don't I?
I'm
Yo, if I do that, doggy, I'm giving you a commission because you pioneered that. That's how I get.
I'm saying,
down.
Like, why you don't got a lip? Why you don't at least lip gloss, lip balm, something? Because everybody always talk about your lips. I'm like, you might as well,
I'm doing that tomorrow.
Hey.
And I'm giving you a percentage.
Hey, on my platform a lot, we talk about the music business being very evil, wicked, spooky, mansion parties and stuff like that. Have you ever witnessed something that you was like, what the hell is going on here?
I never have.
Okay.
I've heard about it. But
okay.
I've never had. It's crazy because you hear so many stories, and I'm be like, I think I was there that night, but
I just left.
Yeah, like one thing about me, I had a rule. I still live by this rule my whole life. I don't stay anywhere past 2 hours.
I don't stay. Yeah, I don't stay at the let out. What time is it over? 1. You might be right, because when that let out come, somebody getting popped. Somebody baby mom's getting taken home. It's a little.
I don't do anything past 2 hours. Not a restaurant, not a party, somebody's house to kick back. Only thing I can do past 2 hours is the studio. But any social anything after 2 hours, I just learned that like 2 hours is like the limit before, like, if you was drinking, now you about to start getting sloppy. If you was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anything past 2 hours, the human psyche just start getting restless, and you got to switch it up then, or it's just a recipe for disaster.
Who's your favorite DJ?
Mm.
Radio DJ.
Radio.
And then your Zigga DJ.
My favorite Zigga is DJ Scratch.
That's Brooklyn. Okay, so I'm okay with that.
DJ Scratch. I think Jazzy Jeff is the greatest DJ of all time.
I'm not mad at that either.
Yeah.
That's cool because Scratch is on BLS, so we could leave it there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
Scratch
call
is on
Scratch the
BLS.
radio
Yeah.
DJ. Word. That's what's up.
Give me a record you wish you wrote.
A record I wish I wrote.
That's like the perfect record to you, because from the hook, the cadence, the flow, the style, the beat, everything. What's the record you wish you wrote?
I love that goddamn Kendrick. We gonna be all right. Like, I be in my head, that's me on the hook. I be wishing, like, when I sing that song, I be imagining, like, that's me saying the hook. Like, be all right, Kendrick Lamar featuring Rah Digga. Like, I'm on that record, only in my own head, but that's me on the record doing the hook.
Who do you listen to that if somebody, the neighbor, would be like, that's Rah Digga, and they're listening to that? Surprises somebody that we wouldn't think you listen to that you do.
I be up in this bitch, rock 80 hair metaling the fuck out. You hear me?
Wow.
I be in this motherfucker like, these strings go on when I close my eyes.
No, wrong. I'm talking about hip hop. Yeah, new hip hop.
Oh, I like all hip hop. Yo, Kodak got bars. Who knew? Kodak got bars.
But did you ever think you'll see a time where dudes had on skirts and dresses and fingernails and all that stuff? Nail polish.
I seen it coming. I didn't think it would become the norm. Only because I'm not used to seeing everybody doing exactly the same thing. I'm used to seeing everybody going out of their way to being individuals. Like, you don't bite and you write your own rhymes. Like, okay, that's his style, so let me do this. But now it's like, oh, that's the style, so everybody has to do that. Like, that is weird to me. I never thought I would see hip hop in that place. It's almost like violating the First and Second Amendment. Like, if there was a hip hop constitution, you know, freedom of speech and the right to bear arms would be, you write your own rhymes and you don't bite nobody's shit. So the fact that it is okay for everybody to mimic each other is weird as fuck. That's some shit I thought I'd never see.
How come you think Kim and Foxy never really got too much flack for not writing?
Because it's like one of the worst kept secrets. It's like, to this day, we
heard the reference tracks though, so it ain't.
It's like to this day, everybody's still gonna come up with a way to say that they did it. Like, Foxy's gonna show up with her notebook, and you know, Havoc is gonna testify to watching her write the verse in the studio. It's like, there's always gonna be. So it gives people the opportunity to create the debate, and at the end of the day, you're just gonna believe what you want to believe.
So before we go, I'm gonna ask you this final question. When it's all said and done, you leave the spotlight. You're gone. I guess you're not. Well, I know you probably don't want no more children, or you.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
but you're gone. You leave in the spot.
About adopting though.
Yeah,
total
I think
sidebar.
Adopting would be dope, because I think some of them children need homes. You know what I'm saying? But so
I'm scared though. Forensic files, they crazy. They grow up.
Yeah,
crazy.
right. Be like, yo, I don't know what's in your DNA.
The Menendez brothers.
Yeah, exactly. You could have been.
I'm sorry. Last question.
Last question. When it's all said and done, you walk away. What do you want to be most remembered for?
I want to be most remembered for not being scared to go against the grain. For, like, she's the female rapper that purposely said, no, I'm not going to take the easy way and show my ass and rush straight to the top of the charts. I'm going to thug it out with these MCs and these bars in the trenches, and that's what I'm going to be known for. And fast forward, the year is 2021. That's what I'm known for.
That's it. But they threw the sexy on you too, though. See, you end up getting the sexy.
I'll take. Hey, like I said, I'll take a little side effect. With
they ain't playing in this chat room. When you watch this video back, look at the chat. They like, yo, damn. They was mad at me because I cut the commercial when you got up. They was like, she got up and you cut the commercial. We was trying to see that get up. I'm like, come on.
Oh,
man.
shit. Are you serious?
Yo, come on, man.
Yo, you want to hear some crazy shit?
One
time, I was at a radio station and shit, and you know, the DJs, the jocks are in their room. I'm in my room. They like, peace, queen, respect. You know, respect, peace, and yo, it's so dope. You write your own bars, and that's dope. All right, we're gonna cut to commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Commercial, come on! I hear these niggas in the room. Yo, I'll fuck her. Yo, I'll fuck her too. Yo, shit, I'll smash.
Crazy.
I'm like, yo, hello, I can hear you. They're like, oh,
right.
I'm like, you gotta be shit. Y'all just got finished. Peace
Queen in me. Yeah.
Yes, them niggas went right to commercial. Like, yo, I'll smash. Yo, like, yo.
That's I think
fucking men, man.
I think it's dope though. I respect your personality. I respect how you carry yourself, and I think that you a people person. I think not that they didn't like you, but I think from this interview, I think we got to know you. Like the person, you know what I'm saying, and know your career, and you got a sense of humor. You know, you want to laugh and have a good time, and then be single. They want to know if you're single.
Aren't you always supposed to answer this question? Yeah, because you don't want to ruin your male fan base and shit. I am going on 50 years old. Y'all know I ain't no fucking single.
How the fuck are you 50?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not 50. I said going on.
Yeah, but I don't even. This is what I'm saying.
I'm not 50 yet.
No, but I'm saying we don't even. We can't even detect the going on 50
age.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, wow.
Well,
black don't crack.
Black ain't cracking. Nah, I'm nowhere near that.
All right, so she said she ain't single.
I'm not single.
So cut the shit.
Cut the shit.
Yeah, cut the shit. So Rah Digga.
No, wait. Actually, hold up. You know what? You know what the answer is to that? Yes. I'm married to me. I'm focused on self.
Nah, that'd be that sucker shit.
That's the
because a dude in the corner like this, motherfucker, why you ain't tell them? Nah, but also you're not supposed to tell the public your business though, because then you have to protect certain people. Because when you talk about your significant other or you put them out there, the people who don't like you sometimes attack them. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. Like I've always that was something else too that I was very serious about, like during my, in my Rah Digga day, like I think it was for the most part everybody knew that I was in a relationship with Young Z, but you ain't know what was going on. Like
I thought y'all was married too. I thought y'all got married.
No, we never physically like tied the knot, but it was
common law, right? Yeah,
it was long term. Yeah, I mean, shit, like 15, 16 years. Like it was a really long relationship, but we never like physically tied the knot.
You was on a label with Dirty too, right?
Dirty Bastard?
Dirty Bastard, yeah.
Electra, yeah.
Did you ever meet him?
Oh, Dirty? Yeah. Oh, Dirty did work with Busta. He came to
give me, because I need a crazy old Dirty story.
Well, my very first interaction with Old Dirty was I was coming into the studio. He was in there working with Busta, and he's talking to somebody, but his back is towards me. So as I'm approaching the studio, as I get closer, I can hear what he's saying, and it was like I'm seeing this motion. But as I get closer, then I hear the words, and the first words I hear was, "So then I fucked in the ass," and I was like, by now, like now I'm like behind him, so he notices a presence behind him, and he stops and turns around and sees it's me and is like, "Oh God, Queen, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean no disrespect. Peace, Queen." Like he just turned into like a complete like, like soft, spoken gentleman. I'm like, sorry, bruh. It's
I love the
I'm
Woo-Ha
used to it.
the Woo-Ha remix they did. Crazy.
Yeah, I think I wanna say that's what they were working on because this was the earlier time where I said I was like just crashing Busta Rhymes sessions.
Did you ever meet Jay Dilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where your Jay Dilla beats at? Could tell Busta to hand some of them.
We on the raid. I got a few things. Well, most of the stuff I did with Dilla is Rah Digga, Busta Rhymes collaborations, but I'm on like 3 Dilla joints.
That's what I'm saying. But tell Busta to unhand. Tell him to unhand them joints and give you some of them files.
Some of those hidden ones. But you know what? Like Dilla joints are so recycled at this point, even though I love it, but there's also a part of me that believes in letting the dead rest.
Gotcha.
Because it's like the year is 2021. Is this the beat that Jay Dilla would have gave me right now? If it's not, I don't want it.
Yeah. All right, so give them your social media. They should already know it, but give them your social media.
My social media is The Real Rah Digga on Twitter, my personal Facebook, on IG, my SoundCloud. Damn, I still got a SoundCloud. You know what? I'm bugging.
You talking some ancient shit.
I ain't fucking put a record on SoundCloud in like 8 years, but I mean it's there. But Rah Digga Music, Rah Digga Music is my website and also my Facebook fan page. But everything is on my site. I do master classes through my site,
which is paused right now because of COVID.
Which is paused. Yeah, the physical classes are paused because of COVID.
So you got a Zoom or something. Okay.
However, I do conduct them virtually. I also do private tutoring lessons. So I actually have people getting like private rap lessons. And I do my Godcast with Lord Jabbar of Brand Nubians. So
and she's gonna have a lipstick line.
And I'm gonna have a lipstick line. I am currently trying to tap some screenwriters right now because I want to do an Outsider series.
Whoa,
like
all y'all in one house?
The Outsider stories.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a reality TV or all y'all in the same house.
No. I mean like a series similar to what RZA got for
Wu-Tang.
We will blow Wu-Tang series out the pot, baby. Let me just tell you, the fucking Outsiders in circa 93, 94 heads ain't ready for the shit we got.
Oh, and then she
dropped some boot camp shit.
Hey, I'm trying to let you know, man. That would be that's an entertaining as fuck series right there.
Yeah.
Couple of things I'm working on. That's
this album.
Series. That's
this
music.
Album. Okay.
Yo, man, who really making money from music right now? Like,
it's funny though. I think people are making money from music. I think if you make the music, you spend the minimum amount of money, and then
they absolutely are. Yeah. Like I said, lyricism will never die. Like there's always a market for lyricism. Waves come and go. Like we done seen different variations.
And now we got upstate dudes making boom bap again.
Come and
we
go.
Like Benny the Butcher and West Side, and we like, oh shit, where this shit been? It been here, but they just highlighted another place.
Yeah, like lyricism never gets old. So it's like as long as that's what you do, like you'll be fine.
But keep it real. If one of the booty girls called you to do a feature, would you do it?
I would bring them into my world.
No, if she's on there talking about if the beat is boom bap, but her verse is talking about deep throating a cow or something like that, would you want to appear on a song like that?
I could get her to change her verse. I'm telling you,
Okay.
yo, my specialty
You gonna give
is,
it away, or because I think you should hold that. I don't think
no,
you should.
I was
Okay,
just gonna say my specialty is bringing the gutter out of people.
gotcha.
Like when I did a song with, my record with Little Kim, it wasn't Little Kim time. It was, yo, you Brooklyn. We did the Rockwalla over.
You know
You
that's how
meth,
she started though, right?
you meth, I'm Redman.
But she
But
started like that, and
but a
Biggie
lot
made
of
her.
them,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
most of them are like that. Like fucking Megan Thee Stallion was Q-Tip's artist before
Word?
word. Her mother was an MC.
Who the fuck was her
Q-Tip's
mom?
her mother passed away.
No, but who did she have a known name or a name that we?
I don't remember her mother
Okay.
MC name, but they were like her mother and Q-Tip, I believe, might have like had a working relationship, and then daughter influenced by her mother, like Megan was like a Houston spitter. Like now whether you consider the bars dope or not, that's in your own opinion, but she's considered a spitter.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I say all of that to say, like, when I do records with people, I have a way of bringing the grimy out of them.
And we want to hear that shit, nigga. Or you grab them up out of your chest.
It's like, because I'm always gonna be hardcore. Like no
Yeah.
matter what you're doing, you're always gonna get hardcore Rah Digga. Like if I'm on a record with Mariah Carey, I'm rapping about Lucy's and Buses. Like I'm always gonna give you grime, and it forces the person that's with me, like, well, I'm not trying to sound like the sucker MC. You ain't
gonna have me on this joint sounding crazy.
Yeah, so that's how it go.
Give me a session before last question. Give me a session where you crumbled up your paper.
Sonya Blade.
Word?
Sonya Blade on my album, Do the Ladies. She came in with that fucking verse. I looked at my rhyme book like,
where's she from again?
Shut up, nigga. Is she from Brooklyn? She from Brooklyn?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, look, I had to ask.
Where's she from again?
Shut your ass.
Yeah. Shout out to Brooklyn. But shout out to Jersey.
And you see I said it quick because I'm still scarred. I was like, whatever the fuck. I was halfway through my verse like, did that bitch just say did she just rhyme interview with inner tube, the inner loop, I looked at my rap in disgust, like, oh no, I'm not getting shitted on my own song.
Word.
Madness.
Sonya Blade, wherever you at, reach out. We need to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out Sonya Blade. She know it. I told her that.
Yeah. I like because I remember her. She was getting a lot of write-ups in magazines. I think Clark Kent was helping her at one point.
I mean, I was always trying to pass the torch, and like Eve had the #1 record in the country. Like I could have necked that with Eve. Like, oh, let's make some hit some chart topping shit. But I'm like, okay, I got the hottest mainstream bitch in the game. I thought it would be dope to get the hottest street bitch in the game, which at the time was Sonya Blade. Like, let me use my power for the greater good, and use this big bitch Eve and get the street bitch. I could get Eve sound street.
Yeah, because you doing this now. Everybody's meeting in the middle.
I could get Eve to rap on her street or some street shit, and I could be Harriet Tubman for this underground bitch Sonya Blade. Like that was my MO all the time, every time.
Dope. So I appreciate you. You are a woman of your word. You hit me up and said you was gonna come. I didn't think you was gonna front on me though. I didn't really.
Yo, I know. You know what? It's crazy because like I've been on talking to this computer since 8 o'clock. Like I did the whole Godcast from 8 to 10. But before I got on the Godcast, I was like, yo, let me hit Doggy up so I could throw something on IG before I get carried away with that, and then got to go straight from that to that. And I saw you hit me like 11, like, yo, we still on? Like,
yeah, I ain't
early
no
this
joke.
morning.
This ain't no game. I get up in
But
the morning.
yeah, nah,
But
if
I definitely thank you. I appreciate you. Just
if
keep
I
doing
say I'm gonna
what.
do something,
Yeah.
just know I got you.
But look, y'all, everybody can't get an interview with her. You have, calm down a little bit. Cause sometimes they be seeing me do shit and they be like, you did an interview with Doggy Dime. Listen, I put in my work, you know what I'm saying? And this,
Exactly. And
yeah,
we have that rapport.
yes. And it has not been a smutty interview. This has not
That's
been, we
right.
ain't kicked nobody back in. This has been hip hop, the music, like I keep talking about. So I thank you. I'm going to be getting on your nerves about this album, this lipstick stuff. We I want to see more of us do more of what we can do and stop letting them do everything and they're trying to push us out. So if we stick together and do what we need to do,
That's right.
we're going to set the precedent for manhood and womanhood and black people really, really, doing what we need to do for our people and not
Word.
looking like assholes every time we on camera. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because I can't stand that. I'm not with that. So I thank you.
Nah,
I'm
I
yeah,
keeps it
yeah, yeah,
professional as fuck. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
drink. I
She
don't
got her
smoke.
I don't drink or smoke either.
Audio crisp nails.
You
What?
see, look, I got the
we
the
got
S.
we got
That's what I'm
background.
saying. I got the
We
Shure
got
SM. Yeah, yeah. I seen
we
him.
got
I said, "Oh, she's shit," and she got the mic. Everything sound good. You know what I'm saying? So, for all the ladies that want to follow up with her, make sure you follow her. The top comment, as y'all know, I do. The top comment, pinned comment, will be her website. Via her website, you can find her on everything you might be looking for her for.
Yep.
And remember,
all the socials.
go in her comments every day if you could and say, "Where the fuck is the lipstick?" Please. Y'all know.
No, I'm not. Yo, I ain't even going front.
Now
It's
look,
crazy,
I'm gonna tell you
and
something.
it's right there. Like
Yeah,
that was like so obvious.
that's but
People been
great.
talking about my lips my whole
Yeah,
career and
mind
shit.
detect mine. We gotta do that. But the funniest thing is that when I tell them to do something, what I love about them, they gonna get on your nerves. They gonna hit you up
Oh
every day.
shit.
So if you started to forget or you bullshit, they gonna let you know. So shout out to Jersey first and foremost. Shout out to the whole
Word.
Outsiders crew, and shout out to everybody for rocking with me. I'm gonna sign you out.
And thank you for supporting the outsiders. The way you have.
Listen,
Nah,
Pace
I
one.
see you. You've
I
been
declare war. I
lining these
love.
interviews up. That's dope,
You know
man.
why, Rob? I'm gonna tell you this, right? If you made a song, if you kick 4 bars that I love, you deserve to be on my platform because you are part of the soundtrack of my life. I remember what girl I was dating. I remember what sneakers I had. I remember who I fought. I remember what grade I was in. Music used to be when we heard a song, you was doing this at this time of your life. So times when I hear certain stuff, I remember when I Declare War came out. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I thought it was the Taxi music at first. That's where I was like, he used Taxi? I'm like, nah, that don't sound like Taxi. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I knew who Pace One was. Then when I seen y'all on the Fugees, I'm like, yo, hold up. This is the same people. You know what I'm saying? So from there, when I get to meet people who I listen to your music, I'm still a fan. I'm still 1000% a fan. So people don't know that even though I know a lot of y'all and I meet a lot of y'all, I still love the music. I still listen to it in the gym. I still listen to it every day. So meeting y'all, I just be wanting to humanize the artist. You know what I'm saying? And bring y'all on my platform and we talk about music. And how the hell you do that? Because I'm still amazed at your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is,
dope.
yeah, I'm still amazed. Like, yo, when you made that, so and again, with my audience, they know we gonna talk about the music, and you're gonna get not a new fan base, but I just want them to. Eric Sermon said the most important thing. He said to every artist out there, if you do not do an interview with Doggie Diamonds, you're doing yourself a disservice because after the interview, that was your bio. Everybody's gonna know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And not because of my popularity, but know about you. Because it's things that you might want to blurt out, but who asked you that? So it's up to the interviewer to bring that out of you. Oh, so when you started rapping it, because you might have say, shit, I never, like, who would have thought yo, I don't even really want to do media like that, but I have to because of this, that, and the third.
No, but you're very good at what you do. Like, you're very good at, keeping the interview cohesive. Like, I watched a couple of interviews with my boys. I'm like, okay, niggas is a little all over the place.
Like, bro, tell him to calm down. Come back
Doggy bringing them right back in the pocket.
Yes.
Like, nah.
And there's no interview questions written. This is all off cap. This is all off cap. And like I said, being that your vibe, especially when that vibe is right, they can't stop us when we got that vibe. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, your vibe is 1000%, and I appreciate you. So I'm gonna sign you out.
I'm very seasoned.
Yes. You have been around for, you like 25. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right. That's right.
This is like your 20th year, because you've been doing it since you was 5 years old. So
that's right.
It is what it is. So Rah Digga, I appreciate you for coming on my platform.
Word.
Thank you. I'll holler at you.
And you're gonna be the first one when I get some new music. I'm gonna let you premiere the video.
We gonna do that. I love it. Thank you for coming on here.
Word.
All right, ladies.
Peace, everybody.
Peace. So she's out, y'all. So we have another I think we have a classic interview. I think y'all all know. If y'all didn't know who Rah Digga was, y'all know who she is now. I think she's somebody that should be supported because she did a lot for hip hop. And a lot of things y'all be saying y'all want, y'all tired of, she provided it for you. So if you have to, go back and listen to her back catalog. Go on Spotify, go on Tidal, go there and listen to it and show some of the kids, like, this is what ladies used to rap about before they had their titties and ass out. Or even, just balance it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't have too much of this without a little bit of that. So balance it. If you want to hear some bars, you go on to Rah Digga. If you want to see some titties and ass, where you could go with that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. I've been on here every night for like the past 2 months. I'm tired. And she's tired because she's been on her show since 8 o'clock. So she definitely gave us a treat, definitely went into overtime. So I appreciate her. Go on her platform. I'm going to put the first comment is going to be her website, but I need y'all to go on her Instagram and tell y'all how much y'all appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely needed. So with that, I'm Doggie Diamonds. I will holler at y'all later on. Thank y'all for being here. Follow me on all social media at Doggie Diamonds on everything. I see all y'all in the chat room. Like I said, I got the most intelligent chat room, and I got one of the most loyal chat room. So go back and watch my Timbo King interview if you didn't see that. Go back and watch J.O. Felony. Go back and do a lot. So it is what it is. I'm out of here. Until next time, I'm gonna change this title too. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'll holler at y'all until next time. Y'all know what I do. Peace. Make sure you click subscribe, youtube.com/DoggieDiamondsTV. Until next time, peace.